In chapter 1645, the strained relationship between Elisa and her mother, Mrs. Stone, escalates as they engage in a heated argument about Elisa's romantic choices. The conversation takes place inside their car as they drive away from the earlier dinner with Andrew, Remy, and Mrs. Stone. Elisa challenges her mother's disapproval of her relationship with Remy, questioning whether she needs to seek justice when she is with him. She asserts her independence and argues that she has always been the one who dominates relationships. This bold assertion by Elisa surprises Mrs. Stone and prompts her to offer some practical advice. Mrs. Stone counters, reminding her daughter of the vast difference between Wilspun, where they reside, and Annenberg, where Remy lives. She highlights the importance of family support and protection, emphasizing that in Wilspun, Elisa has a powerful stone group and her elder brother to watch over her. However, she remains steadfast in her position, insisting that she plans to live in Wilspun with Remy and downplaying any concerns about moving away. The argument intensifies when Mrs. Stone voices her fears about Remy's true intentions and suggests that he might be deceiving her daughter. Elisa is quick to defend Remy's character and expresses frustration with her mother's persistent interference in her love life. She resents the lack of support she received during her previous crush on Zachary and does not want to be led by her mother's opinions again. Mrs. Stone tries to sway Elisa's affections toward Andrew Reading, listing his admirable qualities, but Elisa remains determined to make her own choices. She argues that she wants agency in her romantic life and does not want to be manipulated into marriage. This assertion of independence is met with further resistance from Mrs. Stone. The argument escalates, with Elisa asserting her right to choose her own path in life. She resents her mother's attempts to dictate her future and even suggests that her mother should accept that Elisa might never marry. This declaration leaves Mrs. Stone speechless and deeply hurt. Finally, Mrs. Stone abruptly orders the driver to stop the car, shocking Elisa. She commands her daughter to get out of the car, a drastic action that indicates the severity of their disagreement. Elisa is taken aback by her mother's sternness and is left standing on the side of the road, bewildered by the sudden turn of events. As Elisa reflects on the situation, she realizes the depth of her mother's concern and love for her. She acknowledges that her parents and elder brothers have always been kind and supportive. Despite the arguments and disagreements, Elisa knows that her family's intentions are rooted in genuine care for her well being. This chapter highlights the complex dynamics between a determined daughter and a concerned mother. Elisa's determination to make her own choices and assert her independence clashes with her mother's protective instincts and desire to secure a stable future for her. Their strained relationship is further complicated by their differing views on love, marriage, and personal agency. The chapter ends on an emotional note, leaving us with questions about the future of Elisa and Mrs. Stone's relationship, as well as Elisa's romantic choices. It sets the stage for potential resolutions, reconciliations, or further conflicts as these characters navigate their differences and desires for the future.